Hello and welcome to your daily love reading for Thursday. My name's Liz and this is Guided by Angels. And we're going to do a reading today to connect with you, your person, your journey regarding your mission and your life purpose. So we're going to bring in the life purpose oracle cards. I'm also going to bring in the Archangel Gabriel cards connecting with your career and lifestyle and things that you're doing, projects, goals, dreams, things you're materializing. And the Angel Therapy Oracle as well. So we're going to connect with these cards and see what's going on. And if you would like a personal reading with me, you can reach out to me at guidedbyangelsxo@gmail.com. So thank you, angels. What's the energy around you today? Jumping straight out. What's the energy around them today? What's the energy around them today? What's the energy around them? And what's the energy around the connection? Jumping straight out there. Wow. What is the energy today regarding your life purpose and mission? So what's the card for you? For life, purpose and mission, what's the card for you? What do you need to know today? So we've got one card and one card sticking out there. What about your person? What's the energy around them today? Jumping out. And what's the energy that's coming in around the connection? Jumping out. Wow, quite a few cards because remember everyone's different and will enjoy different things. So what's the message from Archangel Gabriel today for you regarding life, purpose and mission? What's the message coming through for your person? And what's the message coming through for the journey? Thank you, angel. So jumping straight out. So let's see what's happening for you then. So the message coming through for you is cancel, clear, delete. Now this is really powerful because it's so interesting this card to come out when we've been talking about releasing fear and keeping your thoughts positive. Because what Michael is saying here, I feel this Archangel Michael coming through to you, is saying when you use positive words and thoughts, that will create magical things in your life, but it will also help you to shield yourself and remove yourself from any toxic environments or from any gossip or any situations where you may be around negativity. So use only positive words and thoughts because they are rapidly manifesting into form. And this is also about how you learn to work with the law of attraction. It's part of your mission and purpose to focus on positives, not negatives. To think about what you are saying and speaking, because words have power. They're like spells. You know, when you spell things out, when you say things, whether it's with a written word or whether it's a thought you think or whether it's something you say, that's manifesting like a spell. So when you use your words and thoughts, remember they always have power. What you think about, you bring about. If you go there in the mind, you go there in the body. The mind is a door, the body can enter. Your words have power because you are having the power to hurt or heal. You know, when we speak, whether we're speaking about ourselves or others, we're either speaking words that are positive and good or words that are negative and bad. And it causes pain. It causes pain to you. If you're being negative about your own life, you're just drawing more negatives into your life. So it's about remembering that. Remember to watch your thoughts and your words because they manifest into form. And especially if you're seeing the number sequences 777 or 888, they give me fear because those are a huge sign that you're manifesting things. You're manifesting good things if you're seeing 777 and 888. They're showing me fear there. They're bringing fear up there because if you're seeing 666, that's a huge sign you may be focusing on the fears or focusing on the physical world or the material aspect of a situation or the fact that it's not happening. So if you're seeing 666, don't panic and think, oh, it's the devil or something bad's going to happen. See it as the angels are giving you a warning to raise your vibration and change your thought pattern. And you can ask the angels, including Archangel Michael. I feel Michael's around you today. Ask Archangel Michael to cancel the effects of past negative thinking. So you can say, I now delete, cancel and clear all the negative thinking and all the effects of past negative thinking in all directions of time. I am healed and so it is. I cancel, I clear, I delete. And this is also a great thing to take with you into your journey because, you know, if you're having a conversation with someone and they're being negative, in your mind you can say cancel, clear, delete. Cancel, clear, delete. I cancel this conversation, I clear it away and I delete it from my energy field. You know, just like you would perhaps press cancel on your computer or clear or delete on your computer. It's the same thing. You don't want to be carrying around negatives. It's a lot like when you have a conversation with someone, when you walk away from that person, if they've been moaning or negative or talking about their problems, you feel like you're carrying a weight on your shoulders, and that's because you haven't cut the cord of the conversation. So as soon as you walk away from someone negative or something that's drained you a little bit, affirm, I cancel, I clear, I delete this. This does not have any power over me. And you can choose where you put your energy. Remember, you can choose to speak words that are positive. I've spoke about this many times. I'm going to bring it up again because it's just a really great example. You know, if I'm at the bus stop and someone will come up and start moaning about the bus service or how bad everything is, and I will always turn it around into a positive. So I'll use my words in a positive way to change their thoughts. So I'll say, yes, but isn't it interesting? Or isn't it amazing that we can just get on this bus today and go wherever we want to go? Or I'll just turn it into a positive in some way, and that will get them thinking. They'll think, isn't that interesting what she's just said? Instead of moaning, she saw something good in the situation. And they either agree and change their thinking, or they turn around and talk to someone else, or even talk to themselves, or go over in the mind all the negatives, because I deleted, cancelled and cleared that particular situation. Instead of standing there moaning, because even a minute of moaning can create a big thing in your life that you don't need or want. So part of your life purpose is to be able to cancel, clear and delete things from your life, conversations, situations, anything that feels toxic or unhealthy to you. And also to remember your thoughts have power. Your thoughts have power. And also to let go. So this is really powerful because your life purpose is to surrender, to walk away from the situation in order to resolve it. So you have to have faith in the divine timing, the separation, which is preparation. Have faith that your person is loyal to you. What I'm really seeing is she's hugging that dog there. And you may have a dog that you love. You know, maybe you've lost a dog lately. If you have, remember that dog is with you. Or if you've lost an animal or a pet. But I'm specifically getting a dog here. I feel there is a dog in heaven coming through for someone watching, or for a few of you watching, saying, I'm with you. Okay? I never left you. I'm right by your side. It also showed me a horse as well. I feel someone may have lost a horse. So I do feel there is pets and beloved fur babies and beloved animals coming through today to kind of say, I'm with you every step of the way. You're not alone. But the dog is also a symbol of loyalty. So I feel this is about you totally believing and having faith in your heart that your person is loyal to you and that God is loyal to you, and he will bring to you everything in divine timing. And that allows you to walk away from the situation. Now, it doesn't mean you move on. You can't move on from love. You can't move on from the person that lives in you. You can't move on from the other half of you. What you can do is move on from the drama and the struggle. You can delete that out of your life, cancel that and clear that. And then it will resolve. In order to resolve it, you must cancel, clear and delete the negatives, let go of anything toxic. And that's your effort in it. That's you putting the work in. If you're thinking, what do I do? And just as I'm saying it, a lady's walking past with a little white dog. So there may be a white dog, a little white dog. I think it's a little... it's not like a Jack Russell or a Yorkie or something like that, but no, it's not a Yorkie. It looks like one. I'm not very good with dogs because I've never had my own dog. But cute little white Scotty dog. That's it, a Scotty dog. A Scotty dog, I think that's what they're called. But this is a huge sign for you to walk away from things in your life to resolve it. That's how you put the effort in. So if you're thinking, what do I need to do to make this work? Or what's my life purpose? It's not me coming through and saying, oh, you need to be doing card readings or you need to be doing this. That will all be revealed to you in time. Your action step today is to surrender, to let go, to walk away from anything toxic or unhealthy. Even if that's your person right now. If you're around them and they are really negative, speaking everything negative about everything, then you know that you want to be around the positives. So take that step back. And right now you may be going through a big career change. Now the first thing we've got there is the lighthouse. It's your job to be the light. You are the lighthouse. And what that's reminding you of is your power. When you shine your light, it radiates power. And it has a ripple effect on the world. When you shine out your light, when you do good deeds, when you're operating in kindness and gentleness and empathy, when you're having compassion and understanding, when you're being patient, when you're being trusting, that light has the power to move mountains and guide things home, guide things to you. It has a ripple effect on the world, and that lighthouse stands strong in the sea. It doesn't fall over, it doesn't get broken. It continues to stand strong. And the angels are saying to you, you're embarking upon a career that brings you the joy and the abundance that you desire and deserve. You deserve abundance in your life. You desire many, many things, and God wants to bring them to you. And this is also connected with your life purpose, because if you're in a job that isn't serving you, that you're not enjoying, that you're not passionate about, that isn't in alignment with your truth, or maybe you're around people who are negative and gossiping and you don't want to be doing that anymore, it's time for a career change. Many of you will already have been through the career change, or maybe you're in that transition right now. Maybe you've already found the strength to walk away from your job, but nothing's yet manifested for you. And you're thinking, why? What's going on? You may just need that time to recuperate. Or maybe what you are guided to do is right there. You're just not seeing it. Or you're not working on it because you maybe not believing you are strong enough to do that or capable of doing that. You have all the tools and all the resources already within you to get what you desire. You may even be guided to go self-employed, or maybe take your business online, or do something that you've never done before that pushes you out of your comfort zone. So there's definitely a career change. And that career change, by the way, is going to bring instability. It's going to be very close to home. So what I'm also connecting with here is there may be a career change coming into your life, or you may have made one lately where you're working from home, or you're doing your light work from home or at home. You are the light. So that can also be a huge sign that you may be doing an online business, or maybe you've got a channel like YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, and you're earning from those things, or you will be earning from doing these things. So have a think about what you can do at home that's going to bring you joy and abundance, because you might be thinking, well, yes, it's bringing me joy, but I don't know how it's going to bring me abundance. You don't need to worry about it. You just need to have faith that it will come. What you desire and what you deserve will come. So I'm definitely getting home changes. And this can also be a huge sign of the career that you make, or the career that you change, the career that you bring in is going to be able to provide you with what you deserve and what you desire. So you may think, oh, I want to be able to buy my own home, or I want to be able to buy another property, or I want to do this or that. You're going to be able to do those things because of this career that is changing. So there's going to be a change in your life and in your career, in your lifestyle, and it's going to bring abundance in. And I definitely feel there could be a move as well, because the thing is as well, when you're working from home, you have the ability to work or live anywhere, especially if you're working for yourself, if you're self-employed. It's a bit different if you are still based somewhere for, you've got to perhaps check in the office or do what you're doing. But this is definitely about you having more flexibility and more leeway in what you're doing. So I feel someone may be moving by the ocean, and that may be a dream. It's my dream to live by the ocean. These are things being manifested. And also you're learning right now, and part of your mission and purpose is to ask for what you want. So really what I'm connecting with for you is it's all about manifestation. Knowing that your thoughts become things. Knowing that you are the magician of your life. You are the creator of your reality. So when you ask for what you want and you believe in it, that's when it starts manifesting. So the angels are saying, do you even realize your power right now? That what you ask, you are manifesting. When you ask and you believe, when you have unwavering faith, you will receive it. So whatever it is that you desire, the world is your oyster. You don't need to think, oh, what am I meant to be doing? What am I supposed to be doing? You can have anything. You can do anything. You are capable of achieving great things, but you must believe in it and believe in yourself. So clear communication with yourself and God and with others helps you to avoid any misunderstanding, and it speeds up the process of answered prayers, which is really manifestation. So clear communication, learning how to communicate with your angels, learning how to communicate with God, learning how to be kind and loving to yourself, being able to communicate with your person the right way, where you don't try and force or rush it. You allow things to unfold. And remember that, if you're reaching out to your person before they are ready, it'll feel weird. It'll feel like nothing's happening. It'll feel like you're trying to push it and rush it. It will feel like no matter what you do, you're not receiving because they're not ready to give yet. So instead, focus on self-love. Focus on giving back to yourself. Focus on manifesting your dreams and having faith that they will come to you at the right time. That's why when they reach out to you, it's not as forced, because It flows better because they're in the right energy. So the energy around them is keep going. Look at this. All they need to do is keep going. So for their life purpose right now, what they are learning is to keep going, to not give up, to keep striving forward, to keep getting up and getting through the day. That's what they are doing right now. It's like in the morning, they say, right, keep going, keep moving forward. It says, use the energy of any disappointments to fuel your creative projects with the authentic emotion that it needs. So they are being disappointed in their life because they're not on the right path to what they want. So obviously they're on the right path because they're learning and growing. What I mean is they're being guided elsewhere. They're being guided to you. They're being guided to a new career. They're being guided to make big changes. So if they are getting disappointed constantly by their own self, or at work, or by their karmic partner, or whatever's happening, it's because they're not meant to be doing those things or with those people. So they are starting to learn what's authentic to them and what they truly want to do through the disappointments they are having. And look at this Archangel Michael coming through again here. So Archangel Michael is watching over you and watching over them and guiding both of you to where you're meant to be. So right now, Archangel Michael is very close to your person. And they are working very closely with Archangel Michael, even if they're not aware of it. Archangel Michael is with them, protecting them, guiding them to keep going, giving them strength to keep going, guiding them through the situation they're in, showing them what to do, which means they've been praying or they've been asking for help, because Archangel Michael will only come in if we are asking him for help. And we don't have to ask him directly. If your person's kind of saying, oh, give me strength, I need strength, what do I do? Help me. In their minds, Archangel Michael is right there because they've spoken to him in that way. And we've got crystals. So I definitely feel this is about crystal clear thinking. So they are gaining clarity on the situation right now. Many of them will also be drawn to crystals. So if you're thinking, oh yeah, my person is like a magpie, is drawn to crystals or things that shine, well, you shine and your light shines. So they're drawn to you because that's your light. So really what this is about is them being drawn to you. They are drawn naturally to you. So that's part of their mission and their purpose, to follow where they are naturally drawn to. And a lot of them will be drawn to crystals. Some of them may become crystal healers, or they'll just work very closely with crystals, or they'll wear crystals, or they'll be interested in crystals because they have a connection with crystals and gemstones as a channel for healing energy. What they're also showing me is maybe they already work with gemstones. They could be jewelers, or they could, be very creative. They may be interested in jewelry, or they may be interested in mining, or they may be interested in other things like that, and a channel for healing energy. What they're actually showing me in my mind, and someone may resonate with this, but there's a channel on the TV or on the internet called Gemporia. And, they're amazing. Gemporia, I actually got this citrine ring that I wear that I love from Gemporia. And what they do is they cut out kind of the middleman so they can provide very, good prices on amazing crystals and gemstones. So it's a great one to check out. If you Google Gemporia and go on the live stream, you'll see all the deals they do there. But there they've got some amazing guys who go out and do the, uncover all the gemstones and crystals. And it's always the guys who go and do that. There's a guy called Toby, he's amazing. He's the one who sourced this citrine ring. And, they go out and they actually go to the mines and all of that. So that's what I'm connecting with for someone. Okay, that they are interested in all of that. So I'm not saying necessarily that they're going to be on a channel like Gemporia, but it's possible. They're going to express things. Maybe they have their own YouTube channel about crystal healing or gemstones, or this is something that they're going to incorporate into their life purpose. And you might think, no, that's so far away from who they are, but you'd be surprised what happens when they are drawn to the light and when they start connecting with their true self. So I'm not saying all of them are going to be working with gemstones and crystals, but many of them will wear them and they will use them to bring clarity in. But I'm really feeling the crystal energy as clarity as well. And also that they need to have a cry. They need to cry more, that because they hold things in. So I feel that's also part of their purpose, to release emotion. Now, for the journey itself, we've got parents, which is really powerful because parenting can be part of your life purpose. Many of you will be parents. Many of you will have kids. Or many of you will want to have children. Now, many of your people will have kids as well. You know, your twin flame, your person may already have children, or they may want children. Remember, this is also part of their purpose. So if you're thinking, why did they have that marriage with that person? It was more likely so they could have those children, if there's children involved. Because, you know, children have to be born into specific places and under specific caregivers. So a karmic contract. So it's more than likely that your person went their own way to have children. And maybe you went your own way to have children. Or even if one of you did and one of you didn't. Once that karmic contract is complete, then obviously you can come back together. So, and it depends on ego and fear and age of the children, all of that, obviously, in circumstances. But this is a huge sign of remembering that, you know, because you might think, well, life purpose is more about mission, career, but it's also part of a mission to bring children into the world, if that's something that you've come to do. So that's a huge thing. It's also about healing the past. Forgive me, fear. Healing the past, connected with our parents, mum, dad, or a caregiver. Remember, it's not just about our mother and father. We may have people who've brought us up, like uncles, aunties, friends, anyone that you see as a parent. So this can also be healing the past, or healing your connection with your parents, whether they are still living or they've passed away. And remembering this truth, you know, the divine truth is that your parents, or the people who were your caregivers, eternally love you. That means it's eternal love, it's unconditional love. So it doesn't matter what the connection was like in the physical, because usually there's many challenges with our blood relations or people we grow up with, because it's how we grow. But in spiritual truth, the love is eternal. They eternally love you to the best of their ability. And this is remembering that everyone is doing the best they can. So if you're thinking, oh, my mum was really nasty to me, she may have been going through something in her own life that you weren't even aware of. You know, there's certain things now when I look back and I think, wow, I totally understand now why my mum and dad behaved that way. Whereas, you know, the 13-year-old me would never have understood that. So we're able to look back with love. And the angels are helping you to heal from any pain associated with your mother or your father or any caregivers you had. And this can be like healing issues around divorce or abuse, or, you know, feeling betrayed or feeling abandoned, or whatever it is. So there's a big healing. So it's part of your life purpose as well to forgive. And I'll tell you this as well, you know, when I've really come to terms with recently, which is really powerful, and it's quite amazing that I've come to this conclusion as well. And I feel that we all go through this at some point. You know, because I've lost both my mum and my dad, and I had very I'll say challenging and life-fulfilling lessons that I experienced with both my parents. You know, I lost my dad when I was in 2000. I lost my mum in 2021, nearly 21 years later. And there were challenging connections. So, you know, it's like you could say I loved them and hated them at the same time. But I had a really beautiful relationship with my mum at the end for like 7 years before she passed away. But it wasn't always like that, please understand. Okay, my mum was an alcoholic, and, you know, there was things that she went through that stopped that from happening with the cancer and everything else. But the point I'm making is, what I've realised lately is God is my Father. And, you know, whoever you believe in, whether you believe in God, the higher power, the universe, whoever you believe in, but I know that God is my Father. So, for example, I know that my mum and dad are my mum and dad, but, you know, now I've lost both of them and I've kind of gone through a big healing. I really do understand that they were a vessel that created me. Does that make sense? And in spiritual truth, God is my Father. God gave me life. So as much as I love my mum and my dad, I know that they are a vessel, whereas God is my Father. So I really see it differently. You know, and I've done my own healing in my own way about losing both my mum and my dad. Don't think this is something I'm doing to repress my grief or anything like that. I'm really, you know, in tune with what I've done for my own healing. But the point I'm making is, I love my mum and my dad, but it's more of a respect now. It's more of a, well, I really respect you both for giving me life, and thank you for watching over me on the earth. And now you've handed me back to God, my true Father, if that makes sense. So it's also about realising these things. So the parent energy is also about your connection with your Creator, with your God, with your higher power, the person who made you, where you come from. And you'll be recognizing that more and more. And that's really about having faith and getting close to God and finding your connection with Source. Now, we've also got creative expression, because your soul longs to express itself creatively and create creativity. So it's like that canvas there that's your life. Your life is a canvas, and you paint the picture however you want it to be. So that means you can express yourself your way. You don't have to do it what programming of society says you should do or what you've always done. You can take control of your life your way, because your soul is longing for that, for you to express itself creatively. And that may be in the way you look, the way you dress, maybe you have tattoos, the way you show the world who you are, but also the things you love to do, the things you're passionate about. Some of you will be painters, so you may paint on that canvas. Or you may be an artist in some way. You may draw, you do animation, other things. You may be a singer or a songwriter. You may be very musical. Or you may use your hands. You may be a healer. You may want to help others. Maybe use crystals, use cards. There's many, many ways we can express ourselves creatively. But it's always about following your heart and choosing to follow your sensitivity. Because you're becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly, which takes us right back to the beginning of the reading, when we spoke about letting things go, deleting, cancelling and clearing things out, moving away from or moving on from things that don't serve you anymore. And you can become more sensitive. And remember, this is for both you and your person. Your person is also going through this. Their soul is longing to express itself. They're also healing their parent wounds or things that they've got going on, and they're becoming more sensitive. So you know where you want to be and where you don't want to be through going through things. So for example, if they're in a karmic relationship and it feels toxic to them, they are sensitive to that. They know that they need to make changes accordingly. Even if there's children there, they are gaining clarity. What I'm seeing here is clear quartz as well. Using clear quartz to assist you with your sensitivity right now, to help you to see things clearer. This is also things like if you're around people who swear and it doesn't sit right with you, or if you're watching something and perhaps it's very violent and it just doesn't sit right with you. It's like things like that we get more sensitive to. Like on my journey, for example, I don't like being around swearing. I mean, I'm not saying I never swear, of course I do, we all do, but not every other word that comes out of someone's mouth. Not long ago, I started watching a Tony Robbins documentary on Netflix, and I had to turn it off straight away because he was swearing all through it. I thought, it affects me. I don't like that. That's just me. Or like watching a show. For me, like Game of Thrones is really good, but I only watched it the one time because it was too gory for me. It was too real, the gore. A bit different than watching something like The Walking Dead, which is one of my favourite shows. The Walking Dead, it's very realistic gore, but to me, it doesn't seem real because it's, I just don't kind of put the two and two together. Whereas watching Game of Thrones, it's too real. Does that make sense? So it's about knowing what you're sensitive to and what you aren't. So you're able to desensitize yourself. It's like coming away from caffeine, and maybe you change your diet a little bit because you're thinking, I don't want to do that to myself anymore. Maybe if you've been smoking all your life, suddenly you can't stand it. You're coughing all the time. It's making you feel sick because you're more sensitive now. So it's like how you change as you grow spiritually. And also connecting with your heart's desire. The angels are supporting, guiding and protecting you as your dreams become a reality. Testing the water, what's she doing? She's walking along the beach there. She's walking and she's putting her feet in the ocean. It's very cleansing. And that may be something you enjoy doing. Maybe you love walking across the beach. Maybe you live close to the beach. You love walking in the ocean. But the angels are supporting you every step of the way. And what I'm really seeing is testing the water. So you may need to test the water with something. Maybe you're thinking, I really want to put a video on my YouTube channel. Well, do it, test the water. Or maybe you're thinking, I really want to send my CV out to this person. Or do it, test the water. Why? Because you are an artist. You are an artist. So again, this card resonating here about creative expression says engage in artistic activities because that will be beneficial to your career and every other aspect of your life. So we're all artists in our own way. So some of you will be actual artists. It may be that's what your career goal is, or that's what your label is. People say, what do you do for a living? I'm an artist. But we're all artists. We're artists in our own way. We all have an art within us. We're all given a creative tool by God that we uncover along the way. So the way I connect with cards, for example, to me, it's an art form to me because it's something that's so natural to me. And it's something that I feel really good about doing. It's something that, and not that I need to use cards, but I just like the visual tool. That's why I'm a card deck creator. And I've created probably over 60 or 70 decks of cards now that you can, have a look at and make playing cards. But it's part of who I am. So for me, I'm an artist through creating decks of cards, but also through the way I channel the cards and the way I connect with the cards. It's like my thing, But if someone said to me, Liz, what's your career or what do you do for a living? I wouldn't say, I use cards. I'd say I'm an angel therapist because that's what I feel my title is. I wouldn't say, I'm a YouTuber or I work on YouTube. I'd say I'm an angel therapist. Then people say, what's that then? And then I go into that. So think about it today. Sit down with yourself and say, okay, what's my art? What am I the artist of? What do I love to do? What am I passionate about? And then you understand. So think, right, okay, if someone asks me what my dream job is, or someone said, what do you do for a living? What's your dream job? What would you say? How would you respond to that? So if someone says, right, what's your career? What do you do? For me, for example, I say I'm an angel therapist. But what I do is I channel angels into my readings, but I use angels to help me everywhere I go. So I don't say use angels, the angels help me, I work with the angels everywhere. So for example, if I'm out and about, the angels are showing me signs. The angels are guiding me to respond with love in situations instead of reacting with fear and all of that. So the angels are all around me in my everyday life, and that's why it's what I do. When I do use the cards on the channel, that's kind of like an art for me. So you think about that thing, right, okay, and you may have to retreat to do this. I feel this is what you're being guided to do. To retreat to think about this. Many of you will be writers or you'll create art with your written word. So you may think, right, well, I want to write a book. I want to be called an author. If you think, right, what do I do for a living? I'm an author. And you think about that and think, well, yeah, you write the story of your own life every day. You are an author of your story. Or maybe you want to do blogs. And you think, okay, what do you want? If someone says, okay, what do you do? I'm a creative writer. So you're a creative writer. That means you create blogs, you create, written a book, you may have done articles, whatever it is, or maybe you just journal down your thoughts. You are a creative writer. So think about that. I'm a musician, or I create music. So this can also be a huge sign about writing. I feel someone watching has definitely got a book in them, they want to write. And to do that, you just need to block out distractions like your phone or sometimes even this journey, even though this journey may be inspiring the book you're writing, and spend quiet time alone so you can focus on your priorities. And remember what we spoke about yesterday, your person saying to you, I'm going to make you a priority. So they're also thinking about doing that. They're thinking about taking action steps to change their life. But you may need to have time for you to think about what you want to do, to engage in these artistic activities. Even if that's just going for a walk, you may receive creative ideas. Now I know, it's like me, I'll just be doing something randomly and then boom, an idea will come in my head for a deck I want to create. But I have to take the action to do it, finding the time. It's hard sometimes. I've got like 20 decks of cards in my head right now, and I've got half-finished decks all over the place, but it's finding the time. So we have to be disciplined and say, right, I'm going to dedicate this time to this. And I'm going to dedicate this amount of time to that. But also making sure that you're giving to yourself as well and having time for you too. So to block out distractions, turn off your phone, go in nature, have time for yourself and spend that time thinking, meditating, processing and calling on heaven. And then you're able to cancel, clear and delete the past, let go of the negatives and focus on power. And that's going to bring in a career change. I hope this helps. Have a great day and I'll see you soon.